Alright, so we are at day 2 of pixel art, and right now I am going to be working on challenge 2 from that one thing I showed from the last video. I think it was called like Master Pixel Art something, what have you. Anyways, link of it in the description. Um, but basically I'll be practicing challenge 2, which is going to be pretty basic. Basically for challenge 2, it's stated basically just to draw 2D versions of the pixel items, right? And it's kind of funny, right? Because if you take that out of context, that literally could be anything, right? It's pixel art. It's 2D art in general, right? Well, I'm not an artist, so you know, I guess what he meant is like no depth, right? Um, for instance, if like you're gonna do like a can, don't do like, the curveness, of a can. Look how beautiful this can is. So symmetrical. So beautiful. Right? Like, don't give it like that. Keep it flat. And I've never been good at art, So like basically you telling me to keep it symmetrical is it's never really gonna work. And sticking to similar fashion, let's give this can some angry eyebrows followed by there we go. Wow, beautiful. I wish I had eyebrows like that. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to conquer the world. All right. Well, gotta give it a mouth. Well, now it's happy. There we go. Yeah, alright. So let's nuke this. And let's go ahead and start with going ahead and bring out the nuclear arsenal of deleting. But yeah, let's go ahead and start doing just 2D items. Now, the first items I'm thinking in my head are straight up some of the easiest items, like a book, and I I don't know how I cannot make a actual. Okay, I need to learn the shortcuts before I get on here, on the Windows box. But I couldn't draw a perfect box there. That was not good. But those are the first things that are coming to mind, right? A book, which is basically just a square. Um, a table, which is also just a square or circle. But maybe that's a true test of this is to realize that everything is actually just a building block of shapes. And if that's the case, then wow, let's get deep here. But yeah, I'm having a hard time for an item. So let's do a street lamp. There we go. Well, the first thing that came to mind that was not a super basic shape is a street lamp. All right, so if we want to do this two-dimensional, not give it any depth whatsoever. Of course, when I think of a street lamp, I'm thinking of like, those very um, elaborate street lamps. Now, I'm originally from um, a city that had very elaborate street lamps in it. I'm not gonna say what it is. I don't know why. I don't want to say where I'm originally from. I've already said I live in Florida, but it wasn't Florida. It was in Northwest. Um, but let's go ahead and build this street lamp idea. So I want to start out with basically a triangular bottom, right? And I'm too worried to like make this one like just hold down the mouse button and go, because my track record of okay, well I did it while talking about how horrible my track record is. But basically my track record is usually pretty horrible, as you recall from that wonderful can I just designed. Um, but let's go ahead and now start adding the pixel up. So I feel like if I add a pixel here, it would then make it kind of gross. But if I do it here, it's gross. Well, let's just start with this, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Now I'm starting to think that this isn't going to look too good already because I think the base is too wide for what it is. And I'm also not 100% sure if I am essentially going right in the right direction here. Yeah, so if I make a triangle, it's probably going to be like up here. And then what? I'm going to just do the pole and like a little light real fast. So I'm wondering if I want to scatter these out a little bit more, do some like stepping method, which was kind of ingenuity of teaching the line business. So let's go ahead, instead of making my eraser nuclear bomb any smaller, the true American fashion, let's try to do delicate work with a giant thing. Um, so come in here. Let's, try going, you know, up one, right two, up one, right two. Yeah, it's like dancing doing this, right? It's like, I'm not a dancer, so I honestly can't talk in that regards. Um, but it's like up one, two, up one, two, up one, two. Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I think this looks good. Maybe bring it one step up. End it with like a nice one, you know? Mmm, chef kiss. Gorgeous. Let's put some garlic on it. Now I want to add depth, right? I want to do like a little bend, but now's not the time, right? Let's trust the method for this lamppost. So we got the base of our lamppost, and now we just go up one more. Wow. You know what I just realized? I mean, maybe this doesn't blow anyone else's mind out of water, but doing this and then following with these little things kind of gives it this depth perception already, right? This already looks like a road going off into the distance. And that's something that I randomly just learned clicking some pixel art. I already know this is a technique. It's not like I broke any kind of um, like, oh guys, I've reinvented a new way of pixel art. But I'm pretty sure this is probably a named technique that, I should probably Google. And I like how the fact that last time I mentioned, I was like, you know what, I don't even need these notes. Well, now I wish I had these notes just right here to the left. So you know what, I'm actually going to pull notes up. Do I have notes? Oh yeah, here it is. The notes that still exist. Let's go ahead and pull you guys up. Let's go ahead and bring you down and not do that. Okay, I swear there was a way, not like Mac, but when I bring up something, nope, you go maxed out. Alright, well this isn't the time for that. Uh, you know what, I'm gonna keep this back down here, because I have stacked monitors. Go back full screen. I'm gonna write this down. By the way, I'd like to address that Angry Melted Texas was not spelt properly. Now that I see those notes, I'm sure if anyone watched it to an certain extent, saw that that was not done properly. But I really don't need notes for this because I'm sure at some point I'm gonna remember. It's just gonna bother me because I want to know what it is, right? But I don't even know what to write down my notes. I make lines lawn, and then I make lines lawn, and then I make them short, and then it makes it look in depth. What's it called? Like I don't even know what Google would give me at that moment. But anyways, this might be giving too much depth to it, but this is also kind of a basic shape. But what happens if I start doing this, start making it look, because am I breaking the rule here? Can like anyone tell me? Am I breaking the rule? Is making this an angled, giving it too much depth, right? Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like if something's kind of a flat triangular shape, right, like a cone going up, it has to have some level of dimensions, or it's not really it. I like how I'm just bouncing between the two lines. Just like doop-a-doop-a-doop. And I know there's some mirror section up here, but right now, I think that'd be cheating. I gotta, like, trust the method. But right now, what's bothering me is, like, how solid these lines are going up, right? Like, it just feels very crooked. Is this crooked? I don't think it's crooked. I think it just feels off. Like, not well put together. Um, but, I mean, just go with it. Let's see what let's see what it looks like in the end. And I like how yesterday I did this early in the morning. Now I'm doing it late because I didn't even wake up until 30 minutes before I had to be at work. And I work from home, so I just rolled into my bed. But the kids kept me up pretty late, so I told myself I'd do this every day. And now I just need to kind of deal with this, right? I said I was gonna do this every day. I feel obligated to do this, right? And there's gonna be days where I can't do it, like kids sick or something. I don't know where to go from here when it comes to a street lamp, right? Because it seems like it'd be too many dimensions. So let's go ahead, do 3 here. Okay, I think I know where to go, right? And at least some other street lamps I know, they'll have this really cool line in them, as like the bottom of where like the thing is. And then from here we'll do 2, maybe 3 more lines. Seems like a good amount of appropriate numberness. Um, let's do 4. And then we're going to do another line across. And then we are going to do 1 line here. Go ahead, add that. That looks good, right? That looks it looks like it could be a street lamp in some world at least. Um, I don't know what world that street lamp would be in. Can't add depth, so let's just do a straight line. This is supposed to be a round thing with a nice little cap. Maybe we'll add a nice little tip point to it. Try not to draw anything that looks phallic, but now the base looks way too wide for it, right? Makes it look short, but also so does the pole thing. And you know what? I really don't think I need that. Okay, I can't use the nuclear arsenal on this. So let's go ahead, go to 10 pixels. Yeah, let's, boom, top that off. Let's go ahead, make the base much smaller. I think that was too much base. Not enough treble. So let's go. Is that good? That does not look good. That does not look good whatsoever. Now, I'd be lying to myself if I said it did look good. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's that double. I think I have to keep it in the singular. I think that's what will make it look good. Bring it back down. Maybe 1 more. Give it a lot more, sustainability to it. That looks a bit significantly better, but at the same time, it doesn't look better. It's still not that good. Get it there. Just kind of separate the base from the top. And here is my lamppost. Yay! but let's give it some angry eyebrows. Because that is needed. I don't even know where to give it eyebrows. It's like covered. Like, and they're not gonna look angry. Give it like unibrow, and then eyes. It doesn't even look like eyes. It looks like a tiny skull inside of it. I failed. I failed. Control Z. Oh, there we go. Get rid of it. Alright, lamp post. Yay, lamp. I love lamp. You love lamp. We all love lamp. So what else can I do, right? Well, not that. Definitely don't do that. Just nuclear bomb opposite over here. This is just the black hole. Wait, how tall can this be, right? Can I do 99? Yes, I can. Can I do 100? No, I can't. 99's the max. Here's a new true nuclear arsenal. Bam. Wipe it out. Oh, did it go to 64? Yeah, I guess 64 is the max. Alright. Whatever, bro. Alright. So we did a street lamp. What else could I do? Street lamp. Everything I'm thinking about is either a square or a circle. What are some items I could think of? Well, I could do a cup. A coffee cup, right? That, and yes, I am saying that because I'm looking at a coffee cup. So let's not add curvature to it because that adds depth, right? And that's essentially what I'm trying to stay away from. So let's go ahead and do a pixel coffee cup. Go here, right? I'm gonna go with that traditional, you know, that nice traditional built coffee, and I have no idea if these are gonna be lined up. They are. Wow, I'm so proud of myself. Can't wait to send this picture to my mom. So let's go ahead, add the handle, right, which is basically going to be a smaller version. What do coffee cup handles look like? Like I'm looking at one right now, and this one's like a perfect circle, and I think that's a little too art, like artsy fartsy of it. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, you never see coffee mugs with like an almost perfect circle. They look kind of like ears, but I think they're upside down where the thin part is by your hand, right? And the bigger part, or by your hand, it's all by your hand. The thinner part is, you know, at your pointer finger. I should probably use my webcam moving forward as well, right? So y'all can see my lovely face, but I can also show my hand gestures while I'm trying to do it. That makes sense. Actually, I could start that now. What's really stopping me from doing that now? But yeah, anyways, I guess I don't want to have like fear of employment seeing it or something. I don't know why. But okay, back to the coffee hand. So if I'm thinking correctly, and I don't want to get up because I'm too scared I'm gonna wake up my children. See, I can Google this. I can fracking Google what a coffee mug looks like. Oh my god. Why am I not doing that? I like sit here trying to like think about the meaning of everything and you know, that's not the way to go. What I need to do um is Google stuff, right? So what does a why am I looking up what does a coffee cup look like? Coffee cup. All right. No one's watching me, right? I have no expectations of really almost anyone sticking along this long for it. Here's one, right? But this doesn't look. Oh, okay, here we go. This is what I'm looking of. Yeah, it gets wider down here. And I know it always bothers me. It's like, why is it wider there and not on the top? And I'm not a damn cup expert, right? Like, why is it wider on the bottom? That's where, like, my pinky goes. But I guess some people don't drink with a pinky, right? Pinky's up. Alright. So, okay. So that's what's going on. We're angling it. You know what? I'm just gonna move the move the coffee cups into the corner and look at this. All right, so wides out, swoops. So from here, we would probably want to do that, right? And that looks like a coffee cup. That's a good coffee cup, right? And then make it look, give it a little smile. Oh, it's like, hey, good morning. You want some coffee? And then it's gonna, get real mad. Get real mad. I like how angry eyebrows and a smile just looks mischievous now. And you know what? For the pure joy of things, how about we give it like some steam, you know? I feel like making it go above the thing so it's not sticking to it, right? Like if we did it like that, that doesn't look right. It looks like something's growing out of it. So if I make the steam, two lines together doesn't look good here because now it looks more like a solid than a gas, right? So we spread them about, it kind of gives that illusion that it's not a solid object, right? Like I'm guessing that's a thing. I'm just going off feels here. I'm not I'm not an expert. Um, but to me, aesthetically, two lines is too much. That's a solid object, right? So we want to keep it like wiggly, but we also want to break up the monotony of it. So how about, I'm not really looking at this right now. I'm mostly, oh, it's kind of cute, but it looks like a flower is growing out of it. That doesn't look like steam. I was trying to do like a twirliness to it, and that kind of failed. I think I need a wider clearance. How about if I do it like, I still made it connect. Alright. I think the idea of what I have in my head is not like feasible, right? I think I'm aiming too high too soon. But yeah, let's go ahead and give it more vapor. Like tiny touches, right? This is what I enjoy. I like this. I like this. Like this, right? The one taller one, it makes this cone. It's a little off, for my taste. Like it's 1 pixel here, 2 pixels. Ooh, I can move it. Alright, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Right? Oh, it does. Okay. I think we did that last time too. Alright, let's move all of this so it's like somewhere a little more clearer to see. Because I feel like the background is kind of making it sad. Right? It's like kind of taking over the whole thing. Like I'd like to see what it looks like in a clear. This is one of my babies. First thing, one of the first things of me that, I'm a little proud of when it comes to what I've done. But yeah, Angry Coffee Cup for the win. I'm not gonna save it, right? But I'm probably gonna take a screenshot of this and make it part of the thumbnail, right? Make a little coffee show up, whatever else I draw during this hour long, or hopefully hour long, while one of my kids could wake up and I'd have to be done for the night. So let's go ahead, do 40 pixels. Goodbye, Mr. Coffee Bean. Bam, gone. I was actually pretty happy with that. That was pretty nice. So tomorrow, I'm hoping, I'm probably not gonna get up early, right? Because it's already past my bedtime. You all could see it. So this timestamps it. This makes me stick, right? even if no one else sees us, right? And maybe one weirdo out there will end up watching all of these videos, and that weirdo will probably be me. But we'll be like, "Ha, yeah, look, you missed a day. You can't fool me." So it holds me a little bit accountable, right? Unless I have a major reason to miss it, like I had to travel for work, or my kids are sick, or it's my kid's birthday, or my wife's birthday, or, uh, I don't feel like it. Not reasonable excuse. Okay, so what other item can I do? Do you know what I think? I think this made me think of the twirly wisp. I was thinking, oh man, wisps. Steam. I'm being so original, but these steams were like subliminal into my head. Subliminal? They were implied. Alright. So what are some other items I could think of that like aren't just one basic shape, which for some reason is becoming quite difficult. I hate to say it, but the first thing that comes to my mind is a butter tray. I don't know why I hate to say it. I don't know why a butter tray, and I'm trying to think of what angle to look at from a butter tray. But I've always kind of been drawn to butter trays. This is a weird statement. I get it. I've always been weirdly drawn to butter trays. Could definitely be put on my tombstone. Um, but something about them is just so aesthetically appealing to me. Um, you guys don't get me in my best, right? You guys get me late burnt out or early woke up burnt out. You don't get me in my prime time, my prime middle of the afternoon time. But let's think of it, right? I'm gonna do it from like the side, where it kind of looks like an RV. And if anyone's out there going, "What the hell are you talking about a butter dish?" And like let's look it up. Butter dish. Butter dish. These things, man. Like they're so aesthetically appealing. I don't know what it is about them, right? Like maybe that's also why I married a southerner. I'm aesthetically drawn to butter dishes. Um, but I just there's something about them that just is so satisfying. And also, why is the butter like get its own little dish? I get it, it stays out, it hangs out, but what is this? Oh, I thought it was like a rotisserie chicken looking butter dish holder. Okay, I'm getting distracted. And that is not what I'm here for. Alright, so a butter dish. I'm not going to deal with a stick of butter and make it transparent, but I feel like I've already failed this. I feel like it needs to be longer, so let's give it that, right? And then we're just going to go up 2. Yeah, yeah, I think that looks good. Ah, I did it again. I trusted the line. Trusted the line. Alright, so let's go ahead. Extend it. Do I want to add like the little fancy finger grabber? I think I do. I think I want to add it, but something tells me it should be like separated, right? Like I shouldn't leave a gap for it. Yeah, because if I left a gap for it, that would look really weird. Just thinking about it, right? Because it'll look like it comes to a point, like it's gonna stab you in the hand for trying to get the butter, which might not be the worst diet idea, you know? Like, hey, come get this butter for your morning toast that you said you weren't gonna do anymore, and then bam, stabs you. I got a Shark Tank idea, And I got a Shark Tank. I think this is also the second time Shark Tank has been referenced. Not this video, but every video. Every video needs angry eyebrows on things and Shark Tank reference. So what I'm starting to notice is I can't stick to the center no matter what like I do. I'm just like drawn to abstractly off center things. And this is gonna bother me right now. So let's try to center this just so I can have peace of mind. You know, that's center enough, right? 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 No. There we go. That's much more center. Okay, I have a bad sense of something being centered, which is also going to make pixel art very, very hard for me. Alright, so let's add that cool little handle, and I can't tell, like, let's kind of go off. Should just made this one. This Tupperware with the lid on the bottom. Um, okay, well, I guess I will. You know what? I mean, this is my world, right? I'm making it, and that's gonna bother me, so let's delete that little. Okay, maybe we should just stop playing around with nuclear weapon. Um, oh wait, you know what? Was that better? Was that better looking? Now it's starting to look like an old school TV. Ooh, maybe I'll do a TV next. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'll do a TV next. That sounds really rad. Do I want to turn this into a TV? I feel like at the same time, if I just turn this into a TV, I'll be giving up on the original thing, right? So if it comes down to me building a game, right, which is going to happen, and I need to make a butter dish for it, which I won't, but I'll probably include a butter dish now somewhere randomly. And I'm like, no, I'll make a TV instead, right? That doesn't call for it. Like, I'm never gonna become like a freelance Pixar artist. Let's get real here. All right, I'm not up to snuff in this industry. Wow, that little top lid is actually way better than I thought it was gonna be. I'm really proud of myself for this. I don't know why, but I'm really proud of it. So if I'll never be a freelance. Um, okay, I'm giving it depth. I just realized I was about to give it depth. Gotta backtrack it. That's big kid stuff. I'm not there yet. Um, all right, so let's make this on. But anyways, I'm never going. I did it again. I did it again. Um, I'll never be like a freelance pixel artist, right? Like, let's just get real here. Um, but you know, just imagine if I was like a freelance pixel artist at some point, right? I got good at this, good enough to people wanted me to do pixel art stuff for them, and for money, that is. And they're like, "Hey, can you draw me a TV?" And I drew them a butter tray dish, right? That wouldn't fly. They'd just be like, excuse me, I asked for a TV. I'm like, yeah, but I got this thing for butter dishes. All right, so you take it or leave it. Got antennae, and it's got a screen-looking thing. Just just accept the butter dish, right? This this looks like it could be a drawer too. Maybe a little whale from the side. I'm getting heavy whale vibes from this. And I don't know if you see it, but I see it. I see some whales. So let's go ahead. I think this is as far as I can go in butter dish territory. Um, Especially if we're trying to maintain like a 2D look, right? And I'm just playing with lines right now. I'm not gonna add color, and shading to my butter dish. Um, but we got to add angry eyebrows to it. So let's do a whale. So I feel like this is the blowhole, right? It's a little like shoot of water, and then we're gonna go ahead, and I think this needs the salty, angry brows of a sailor, you know? Wait, is this the eyebrow? And I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm saying that's the eyelid, alright? Um, Come at me, bro. okay? If you don't think that's it. Then I'm just gonna do that. I think I had, yeah, I sent it like that. Alright. And then you are like, you start there. Okay. You're grounded. Look, unamused butter dish whale, right? You gotta enjoy the nice unamused butter dish whale. Doesn't want to be around, doesn't want to live. Can't live in the ocean because it's ceramic. Can't live in your kitchen because it's too big, because it's a whale. I wish there was a whale living in my kitchen, but you know, modern science hasn't given that to me yet. So let's go ahead, delete him. And I don't know what's happening now. Now it's telling me mask stuff. Alright, give me my line. Okay. So that's gone. Now I really want to do that TV. I've been thinking about that TV now that's like whole time. And this TV is just living rent free in my head. Okay. So first, we're going to want to build that square thing again. And I think I am going to go a little bit of a different route where we go here. I'm kind of, I like, this is probably cheating. Like, not in real life, because, you know, you should cut corners when you can when it comes to certain things. Uh, but I basically use this as a ruler. We're gonna now. No, that's not what I wanted. What if we do that? No. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh god, wrong button again. Nah, nah, nah. Alright, so now let's go ahead. Connect the dots. Dots must be connected. Oh no. Let's go ahead and not do that. Do you know what sucks? Like, doing this is like faster, like if you can get it, but then like you don't get it, and you gotta start all the way back over. So if I go halfway and then didn't even make it out. Oh my god, I can zoom in. I'll probably make it my. Oh, I thought if I zoomed in, I can stay. There we go. I can stay on target. Oh no. I thought I could stay on target the closer I got because I'm not as, you know, jittery. Alright. So, we have our TV. Beautiful, right? Oh no. I'm going like the old school 80s vibe TV, so I need to make it rectangular, not a square. Now, I could try to keep this as a screen, right? And then come outside and give it some buffer space. And you know what? The little cheater side of me kind of wants to do that. So if I do that, I do that. I'm cheating. One, two, three. So I'm going three out. Going three out. One, two, three. Um, let's go ahead and go one, two, three. Wait, no. We don't want to do that here, but we're gonna keep that there anyways. Um, because I don't know why, in all honesty. But we want to keep this, right? We want I like part of me is like, do I want to learn how Aseprite works before I know pixel art? Or do I want to just do pixel art and then learn Aseprite? Because you know, there has to be a way where I can click a button and it'll just let me have a smooth line. I'm sure there is, right? There has to be some control where it's like, yeah, don't diverge. This is going to be a straight line. Or it might just be like, here's 2 points, make straight line. Which would be cheating. Because, dude bro said not to do that. I am yawning. I am ready for bed. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's only 40 minutes into this recording. I'm 2/3 of the way there. I know I'm tired. It's 11 o'clock at night. And, like, I'm sure that's plenty early for someone, but it's not early for me. Um, like, part of me feels like I will be cheating if I don't upload this, like, tonight. Um, right? Because I'll be like, well, I said I was going to do this every day. And, whoa. Oh, okay, this was off. That's why. I was like, what happened? What happened? Um, so, oh, I might as well plus symbol one. So, part of me is like, I really need to upload this. Right after recording it like I did last time, and I just need to do that, like, every time. Um, One, even if like no one watches these, this is like a cool little time vault of my work, and I'm super determined to make this a game. This game idea I have because I've been thinking about for an extended period of time, and I really want to make it happen. And therefore, if I, sorry, had to super concentrate on that line. But, even if I keep these up, like, how great would it be if, like, I made this game and I just recorded all these steps to get to this game, right? This, like, kind of benign process of, like, oh yeah, you just gotta do all this horrible pixel art before you can make decent pixel art, and then, you know, people buy your game, you know? It'd just be fun to catalog, What if, like, it becomes, like, a well received, people love it game, and, like, wow, did you know you can just go on YouTube and just watch that weirdo build that thing out? People be like, what? No. And then it is, and then people are like, why am I watching this? Step by step of this wackadoodle trying to get this stuff done. Alright, so now let's add the antennae. I think I'm giving depth to this. I can't tell. I think I am. Which I'm not supposed to do. But at the same time, I'm having too much fun not to. So, like, at what point is it cheating if I'm having fun? You know? Like, you can't take the fun away from me. That's like 99% of the reason why I'm doing this. Look, you add a little antennae, right? It's like boop, boop, boop. And I know this is off, right? But I like the aesthetic of it being off. There's something beautiful about, like, these old TVs, right? And some of you may not remember these. I vaguely remember them, and I'm halfway through my 30s. I remember watching, cartoons and something like this, and I remember my mom in the living room with, like, cigarette in her mouth, watching, like, having me get up to pull these knobs, and they made the most wonderful click, like, and, like, every time you got to one of them, you just felt this analog click, and it's a satisfying feeling. Like, if the companies that, like, made these, like, knobs that, like, I'm using hand gestures, like, you all can see me, and maybe one day, if I get enough viewers, if I get like 1,000 subscribers, I'll start showing my face. But Um, like if those companies like were still around and making these things as like fidget toys slash relaxing toys, I'd buy into it. Cause these little click clackers, ugh, they were so good. They were so good. So we got, you know, the volume, channel. I remember the one my mom had three, and I don't know what that third one did, right? Um, let's see if like actually I can find old school like knob TV, knob TVs. Like, yeah, they all have two. This looks very similar to the one I touched as a kid. Um, God, but these knobs, I tell you, that that click feeling of them, fantastic. But yeah, I think it's just volumes and channels. And it's kind of funny because like you see all these channels, like you're just SOL. Like you're like, haha, we have 99. There'll never be 99 channels, and like, oh God, there's now I don't even know how many channels there are. Right? We live in the world of this not being needed anymore. All right, so I got my knobs, and I'm not satisfied with those knobs. Those are really tiny knobs. I'm very self-conscious about these knobs. So let's go ahead and delete them, make them bigger. All right, we don't want to be self-conscious about these knobs. There we go. And I am just going to delete them, right? Instead of being like, oh, let's try to make those things work. And I really, this knob is getting way too big now. That's a big knob. So what if I go 1, 2, 3, 4? But anyways, the whole point, right, is to like do this as many times as possible. To just do lines. Now that's a good knob, but that's a very oval shaped knob. And I'm trying to I think it's wider than it is long. I think that's the mistake. Let's see. Let's use the erase button and do this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it needs to be longer. All right. So let's make it one longer. That looks a lot better. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That looks like a knob. I like how I'm looking at my bottom screen, which is like the tinier version of it. And it makes it look better. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need to count this one because that's the closer. That's the closer. All right, so now we need the speaker. And that's what this part area was, right? Can you imagine watching something else and that's the speaker and your whole family is sitting there like wanting to hear it, and that's the thing that shoots the sound out. At least I'm guessing that's the thing that shoots the sound out, right? Because I haven't seen this thing since I was like 4. Right? It's been 31 years since I've seen this TV. But I remember I sat in front of it, and my mom would be like, "Turn the channel," and I'd turn it, and she'd be like, "Turn the channel," and I'd turn it again. She'd be like, "Turn right, turn left," like I was her remote. So, um, yeah. So I think that's the speaker. Like I vaguely remember these things, and I'm sure if like any Gen Xers or Boomers ever watch this, they'd be like, "Oh my God, what a what a noob! How do you not know if that's the heat vent?" Because like all these old things got so hot. Like I don't know if these TVs necessarily got hot, but like almost all of these like analog things would just get hot. Like They just like, oh, how long you been using it? Like 2 hours? It's on fire. Um, just the 70s and 80s, and I guess like the 60s, like the beginning of like all of this like mass analog marketed in-home items, they all just seem to always be very hot to me. Like my sister's light bright, hot. My mom's tanning lamp, hot. Well, of course that's gonna be hot. It's a tanning lamp. Um, but like toys that would get handed down to me from my older siblings. Like I feel like even my sister's Cabbage Patch doll, on fire, hot all the time. You try to hug it, it'll burn you. But yeah, this is actually a pretty cool little TV. I'm pretty pumped on this. Now, I'm not going to give it a. I think that's a shelf. Oh no, I lost weird shelf TV. Like, what was that? Let's go back. Like, I swear I know how to work things. Like, let me just see it. I know you got licenses. I'm not trying to steal. I just want to know what's down there. Um, okay, well, I'm gonna say it's a shelf. If if you know it's not a shelf, let me know. Uh, but yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this. But I guess what we need here is a dial, right? But this is making it look like a kind of like a clock. But that gives it more. It gives it dimension, and that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. But anyways, I'm doing it anyways because that makes it look more knob-like. Maybe it makes it look kind of like a Mario coin. Um, Not sure how I'd be able to knob, but I think that's the kind of probably the closest I can get, right? I'm playing with pixels. It's not like I can etch a diagonal line into it. I have a certain amount of pixels I can work with. And that's kind of the beauty of Pixar, right? You got, like, work with what you got, you know? Um, let's go ahead, smack some more stuff on here. Think we can give this poor family a big enough speaker to hear the Brady Bunch with, right? Um, you know, give them the classics. And in true fashion, this would not be complete if I do not give it angry eyebrows. So, what kind of spicy eyebrows do I think TV? This TV gives like essence of scotch, gives essence of smoking indoors. Um, it gives the essence of, you know, I like to go camping, but I don't know how to survive in nature, but I'm going to give everyone advice on how to survive in nature. You know, it's given that, you know, old-timey daddy vibe, you know, Scotch and bad advice. So with that, let's go ahead and give it what I interpret as um, old school dad advice eyebrows. Now, this can go two routes, and they're very drastic routes. It could be thinning, you know, like non-existent, angry wisp eyebrows, or it could be big, bushy, what's going on eyebrows. So let's go with big bushers. You know, we gotta make sure there's like little hair straggling. You know, by the way, if you haven't caught on, I'm not an actual professional pixel artist. And let's go ahead and make. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? You know what? That does not look like an eye whatsoever. Alright. Apparently I don't know how to do eyes anymore. Alright, so let's keep that as an eyebrow, if you want to call it that. But we need to move it. This is not in the center. In fact, this looks more like a toupee. You know what? For the sake of my sanity, as much as I want to do like some crazy eyebrows like that, we're almost at time, and I do have a bed calling for me. So let's go the fast and furious route of a bushy eyebrow. That's unkempt because it would not be manly if it was properly trimmed to not look aesthetically pleasing, right? And then we're gonna give it the dark void of eyes of, it knows better than you. And then we're gonna give it a little smile, a little spittle, a little spittle in the corner of the mouth, because that is how Pixel TV does, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pixel TV wants to force you to watch Days of Our Lives. If you call it sick from school. No, I'm not projecting. You're projecting. Anyways, it's been real. It's been fun. This was day 2 of pixel art. Day 2 of trying to build my game idea. Um, but yeah, so tomorrow I'm probably going to be doing example, or I think it's called like challenge 3 from that one thing. But I know there's like 8 videos before it. So I'm guessing I'm gonna have to watch those videos like when I wake up on my phone while I go to the bathroom and have coffee. uh, or at lunch at work tomorrow, and then do another late one. Um, but that is essentially what I think is going to have to happen. Now, I am trying to dedicate 4 hours every workday to this. And right now, I'm trying to see where I can find that time, right? Because I can't just dedicate an hour a day and expect this game to be done in 6 years. That's just not going to happen. That's that's not going to happen unless it's more basic than I want it to be. Um, so I think what I'm going to do is I need to find the hours of the day to get to it, right? So I want to do 1 hour a day pixel art, 1 hour a day. Excuse me. 1 hour a day figuring out uh, the game engine I chose, which is Godot. And if any of you are like, oh no, it's not good, I don't care. I've already picked it. I played around with Unity and that, and Godot just way more user friendly, in my opinion. It's for me. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. But yeah, so essentially, um, do 1 hour videos of this pixel art. Obviously, doing the pixel learning is, watching the videos, learning techniques. It's gonna be longer. That's time that I'm not recording what I'm doing because I'm not gonna record someone else's video and just me watching it. Like, here's my reactions to something you didn't ask for, and also this has to break some kind of copyright. So, anyways, hour of working on pixels, hour of, um, I guess, playing around with Godot and like starting to set up and planning my project. And I've already came up with a way to plan the project with my whole video game studio idea, how I want to go about building games. So I might actually do like a legit video on that. Like one where it's scripted. You can edit out my rants. Or not you, but me. I'll edit out my rants. All that stuff. And now I'm just like sitting here wasting time and talking. And I'm not going to edit this out because I'm trying not to edit these videos because this is supposed to be, hey, if you want to do pixel art and you're following this, go ahead, put this on. What does your TV look like, right? Did you practice with me? Did you make a TV? If you did, leave a comment. right? Post that to you. I'd love to see it. Let's get this together. All right. Well, anyways, until tomorrow.